Hello everybody, Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to my channel. If you're watching me for the first time, hi, how are you? My name is Tia. I'm a makeup artist from Karachi, Pakistan. This video is going to be a part of my foundation series where I test out foundations on my very desi skin tone. Now you guys, I've been a makeup artist for almost 4 years now. I have tested out quite a lot of foundations in my time. So I'm going to review these for you in depth with wear tests so you can see how they perform. Some of them are going to be my favorites obviously because I've been using them for years and years. I'm also going to share some duds, some bad ones, so don't worry, it is not going to be all praise. But for today, I have chosen to talk all about this foundation with you guys. Let me present it to you. Born This Way by Too Faced. This is the original Born This Way formula. I believe they have a new formula for this one, but this is still available, so I thought why not make a video about this foundation. I have a lot to say about this foundation, so if you want to know all about it, stay tuned. I have always felt that there are not enough reviews of international makeup brands on desi skin tones, so I want to, put my 2 cents in. Hope it helps somebody, and if you do find my videos helpful, please do give them a thumbs up as it really helps me a lot. Feedback is always welcome on my channel, and if you want to see more from me, please do consider subscribing to my channel as I'm going to be posting a lot more regularly now, inshallah. This foundation costs $40 on Sephora, which means you can buy it in Pakistan for around 8 to 10,000 rupees depending on where you're buying this from. It has a very wide shade range, which is such an amazing thing. I think they have 30 plus shades at least. I think they have 35 shades. This foundation claims to be undetectable flawless coverage foundation, which is also supposed to have a very natural finish. We'll see about that. Now for reference, my skin type is normal combination, so pretty much normal all over, but my cheeks do tend to get dry and my nose tends to get oily. I always start by taking one pump. On this side of my face, I'm going to blend the foundation with my sponge, and on this side, I'm going to apply it with a foundation brush. The consistency of this foundation is very thin. It is very liquidy, but somehow it does not, drip down all over. It feels very lightweight when you put it on. So this is one thin layer. It has evened out my skin quite nicely, but it has not covered my acne scars. It has covered the redness that I had on my cheeks and on my nose, so that's good. Now it does claim to be buildable, so let's build it up. I think I applied too less on my nose, a little bit here, some on my chin, so let's go and blend it. This was almost a complete second layer and it built up quite beautifully, you guys. I don't see any texture enhancement. I don't see anywhere that it looks caked. Sponge does reduce the coverage of your foundation by quite a lot because it sucks up the product. So if we apply a third layer, we can get to pretty full coverage, but I want to just leave it at 2 layers for now. I will do the foundation brush side and then I will move on with more coverage if it is required. I have a little bit of product left on my palette. It is not going to be, enough for my whole half side, so I'm going to take out just a bit more. So I'm going to take half a pump more. And you guys, a foundation brush is always going to give you more coverage than a sponge. That is pretty much how it will work all the time. Just taking a little bit more, barely half a pump, and I'm going to tap it where I need more coverage. I still think that you can see this scar, so I'm going to put some here too. Then that my hyperpigmentation. Now I know that the sponge is going to just suck up some of the product, so I'm blending even on this side with the brush. I basically only show you how a foundation blends with a sponge because I want you guys to have an idea. I would personally never use a beauty sponge to blend all of my foundation. I only use it on specific areas which look more textured, so a beauty sponge really helps when you have textured skin. Alright you guys, let's inspect this foundation more closely now. Now let me know, what do you think? Do you think it is enhancing any texture? Do you think it looked caked anyways? I would really love to know your opinion before I say mine. So please voice it down in the comments. I always love to read you guys' comment. You guys are always so sweet. You can be critical. I welcome criticism. In my opinion, the foundation looks pretty good. It is not enhancing texture anywhere. It does not look dry or caked. I normally get texture in between my brows and around my mouth, and so far it looks pretty good. And my dry patches here do not look dry at all. As for how much it controls oil, we'll have to see that throughout the day. You cannot tell that right at the bat. Right now I am pretty happy with how everything looks. Now I'm going to go complete my makeup and be right back. Alright guys, I am back and my makeup is complete. It is currently 8 p.m. I put on my foundation around 6 p.m. and no, it did not take me 2 hours to do my makeup. I have kids, so things tend to go a little differently than I planned. That's okay, it's completely fine. This is mom life. All my fellow moms will understand what I'm talking about. I set my face with my Fenty Beauty Loose Powder, which is one of my most favorite powders. So if anything goes wrong, it is the foundation, not the powder. So this has already been on my face for 2 hours. So let's see how everything is going. So far, there is no texture enhancement around my mouth. My nose does not look oily in the slightest. Like, what do you think? Let me know. So the oils have not started to come through yet. Nowhere on my face does it look caked or textured. My smile lines are pretty much non-existent as of now. I have been screaming, I just have to let you know. So when I scream, my smile lines are immediately formed in most foundations, but this did not happen with this one. And you guys, like my last review, this foundation is also one of my most favorite foundations. So I know how it is going to perform throughout the day, but I want to share the whole process with you so you can see it yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. Now let's talk about this foundation, right? It has medium to full buildable coverage. It is not going to give you full coverage in one go. Not even with the foundation brush. You'll have to build it up to get full coverage, but it can get pretty full coverage. My acne scars are completely covered. I did not use any color corrector or concealer to cover them up because I wanted to show you guys how this foundation is going to perform on these problematic areas. As for my hyperpigmentation, it got pretty much 100% covered too. And what else do we have to talk about? The finish. Now I feel like the finish of this foundation is soft matte. It is not dewy, it is not glowy, and it is not completely supremely matte. You know how you get with some matte foundation? It is not like that at all. Initially it is quite glowy, but it does dry down. I feel like it does dry down to quite an extent. You know how you put on some foundation and it just stays creamy throughout the day. This foundation does dry down a little bit, like it is not going to stay creamy if you do not powder it. It will settle into a very nice soft matte finish. You do not absolutely 100% need to powder down this foundation to make it last, but in hot weather I think powdering down really helps a lot. If we are talking about the packaging of this foundation, I really love the packaging. It looks so sophisticated with the black and gold nice frosted glass bottle. Alright guys, so I am here for my first check-in. It is currently 10:30 almost, so this foundation has been on my face for about 4.5 hours. Let's see how it is doing. I haven't really looked into the mirror for the past 2 hours, so this is going to be good, isn't it? Now my nose most definitely looks oily, so this foundation does not control oil, even though it is oil free. Now that doesn't mean immediately that you are not going to have your oils come through if your skin is oily, but oil free means that you should not get oil from foundation all over your face. The glow that you're seeing on my face, it is not from the foundation. It is actually from my highlighter and from me sweating through the day. So my smile lines are pretty much non-existent. Let me quiet down for a bit and give you guys a close-up first. So here is my makeup all close up after 4.5 hours. I honestly do not see any texture enhanced anywhere. Even around my mouth, which is my most problematic area, the foundation looks pretty smooth. I have been sweating so much, you guys. So far I'm pretty happy with my base. There is no texture enhancement, no way that it looks caked or dry. Actually, I do not get any problem with my dry patches when I am wearing this foundation. It is perfectly suited for dry skin. I do want to test how this is going to last without me powdering it down at the 8-hour check-in. So let's see. Let's not powder it. Okay, let's do that. So that's all for the 4.5 hour check-in. I will see you in about 2 or 3 more hours. Alright guys, so I'm here for the final check-in. It is almost 1:30, which means it has been almost 8 hours since I put on this base. I put this around 6 p.m. It was not exactly 6 p.m. but it was later than 5:30, so I don't know what to call the official time. Anyways, it has been almost 8 hours since I've been wearing this makeup, so let's see what's going on my face right now. My nose looks very oily. It definitely does. We cannot ignore the oil right now. It is much oilier than I would prefer. If I was going somewhere, I would most definitely powder it down. Other than that, you guys, I mentioned earlier that this foundation is one of my favorite foundation, and again, it is because it does not give me any texture around my mouth, which happens to me with most foundations. It is such a problem for me. With this foundation, there is no texture around my mouth. No texture is enhanced anywhere else. The foundation is not transfer proof. I was patting my face down and it did come off on the tissue, but it does not turn patchy when you pat your skin, which is amazing, which is what you want. I just cannot avoid sweating through the day. I just cannot. As for how it looks on my dry patches look pretty much non-existent. It does not look dry or caked or textured at all, and this is the reason why it is one of my most favorite foundations. No texture around the mouth, no smile lines, and this has basically forced me to give this a big thumbs up. You know, oil production is not really a problem for me. Even when I'm not wearing foundation, my nose tends to get really oily by the end of the day. So if I am worried about, my nose looking oily, I have to pat it down. I have to do something to blot it down. So this is just going to happen. Most of the times, oily skin becomes a problem if you live in a very hot and humid area. If you live in colder climate, your oily skin probably won't bother you that much. Your oils are not going to show up as quickly as they do in hot weather, so keep that in mind. And that was all for the final check-in. So let's talk about the pros and cons of this foundation. As for the cons, the only con that I can think of is the fact that it does not control oil. I don't think it really claims to control oil, so if you have oily skin, keep that in mind that you will have to powder it down. If you think you are regretting buying this foundation, just try powdering down your face and it is going to become your next favorite foundation. Other con might be that it is too expensive, but it is a high-end foundation. It is from a luxury brand, so from that point of view the price is not really that high. But if you're looking for a dupe for this foundation, I think I have some dupes for this foundation and I would love to share those with you guys. So do let me know in the comments if you want to see dupes video too. Now let's talk about the pros of this foundation. So the coverage that it gives is super customizable. It starts from medium coverage and then you can build it as much as you want. If you remember, I have quite a lot of acne scars around my mouth and I did not use any color corrector, but the acne scars are pretty much 100% covered and I just kept layering this foundation until they were gone. And even on the areas where the foundation is layered so much, it did not cake up, it did not get textured, and it is still pretty much 100% there. Like my hyperpigmentation, my acne scars are all 100% covered. So this foundation is very easy to layer up, to build up to your heart's content. If you are a full coverage girl like me, you will love this foundation. It can get full coverage very easily. As for the finish of this foundation has a very natural finish, not glowy, not matte, a very natural finish. When we are talking about the longevity of this foundation, I have worn this foundation for 12 hours. I even wore this foundation one time for 18 hours. I woke up at 8 a.m. in the morning, I did my makeup, and then I took that makeup off at 2 a.m. the next day. How many hours is that? Is that 18? I'm sorry if it's not. My math not that good. Anyways, this foundation is super long lasting. And the best thing is it does not cake or texture throughout the day. You probably have seen this in close-ups right now, and I do not put any filter, any blurring, smoothing, nothing like that on my videos. So what you see is what is going on in real life, and I'm sitting in front of studio lights which can really help with the makeup looking good, but not when you zoom in. When you zoom in, you see what is really going on. So let me know what you guys thought about my base today. I would really love to know your feedback. The good thing about this foundation is because it is oil free, so all the oil that you're getting on your skin is from your skin, it is not coming from your foundation. So my cheeks, my forehead, my chin, none of it got oily at all. Only my nose, which usually happens to me anyway towards the end of the day. So if you are looking for an oil controlling foundation, I don't think this is going to be for you. In all the 4 years that I have been using this foundation, I have never ever had a problem with blending it on my skin. Whether I'm using a beauty blender, whether I'm using a foundation brush, it just blends beautifully. It never settles in my pores, it never settles in my smile lines. I never really have to worry about my pores looking super enhanced with this foundation. It gives a very nice soft skin like finish. So even if there is some texture on my skin, it really smooths it out, makes it look really beautiful. So I give this foundation a 9.5 out of 10. I'm taking half a point off because I wish that it did control a little bit of oil, because that would really help my oily skin ladies. But if you are oily and you have this foundation, powder it down and you will fall in love with it. Yeah, that's all I think. As for my shades in this foundation, I use the shade Vanilla or Natural Beige depending on how light or tan my skin is on a particular day. Alright guys, so that was all that I wanted to share with you today. If you enjoyed watching my video, please do give it a thumbs up because that really helps me a lot. And if you want to see more from me, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to see more of my makeup looks, you can follow me on my Instagram, which is at Tia's Glam Lounge. Putting this all somewhere on the screen right now, probably editing Tia. Take notice. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Take care. Allah Hafiz.